Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a box spawn with a monster that actually looks like a monster. Yes, I said it. A lot of what AT makes as quote-unquote monsters are straight up females. And you know, that can be kind of rude to some of you girls that are out there watching this video. And not even watching this video, perhaps playing this game. Because who does that? I'm joking. But anyways, yeah, it's kind of funny how we call them monsters, but a lot of them just look like slightly unhuman. Like, they just got like cat ears or something. Like Kyra, for example. Or this one. It pretty much looks like a normal female, but we still call it a monster. Just a slight alteration in what they do. Yup, monster. It's a monster. And even this one, like, it don't make any sense to me. But anyways, yeah, we actually got a monster that looks like a monster now, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, going on from there, I definitely am not looking like I definitely don't recommend this box spawn, long story short. And the reason for that is not just because of the gear itself, but it's a box spawn. Like, they could alter it to make it a little better, in my perspective, but it doesn't look fair at all. Now, if you all have done the box spawn over here, you got a good idea of how this one's gonna turn out. And I'm pretty sure almost everybody who's not like super high of gear score has done the box spawn over here and is well aware of the rates that they would be getting over here thanks to that free to play box spawn. So yeah, you're going to be using 3 gems every spawn. If you spawn 700 times, I think that's like, what, 1,800 gems? So yeah, you get a good idea of how ridiculous price this is, to be fairly honest. Again, they could make some alterations to this box spawn to make it a lot better. And yes, only you can alter how many prizes are left. This isn't a shared bonus. You're not going to be sharing this across servers. Only you can alter the prizes. So only you can make it drop. And I counted all the feature gear in total, and compared to what they have, like, totally, it's like 19 out of 700. Now, if you ask me, that doesn't sound like a fair chance or fair rate. So if you're even thinking about getting some of the stuff from here, I mean, sure, some of you, a handful of you, out of like everybody who's probably watching this, 100, 200, 300 views, usually where I get around on the average. But anyways, yeah, just a handful of you, 300, 200, or 100 views, or viewers, or whoever you are out there, only a handful of you might be able to get this stuff on, I wouldn't say your first spawn, but like your first 15 spawns, 10 spawns, something like that. Only a handful of you, and again, it's going to be random. Like, if you don't like the fact that they threw out an elemental spawn out there and fused 4 times because the gear is random, this is no better. In fact, this is actually worse, because unlike the elemental spawn, you're actually guaranteed something. And infused 4 times. This one, you're not even, it's not infused, it's not even at, you are, so you're gonna be wasting premium eggs. And on top of it, like, it is 35 cost to 36 cost armor. So that's one thing about it, but like, it's not guaranteed or anything. So if, like, that made you iffy, that made you like, unless you like need this higher gear, like, absolutely, like, I'm just saying, like, even then, like, those rates scared you away, these rates should scare you away too, because this is still completely random. Now again, you might be able to get some stuff on your first try, but I wouldn't bet on it like at all, because only a handful of you would probably get something on your first try. Well, not even your first try, like your first 10, 15 tries or something like that. But yeah, definitely, like, it's 19 out of 700 rewards. Look at this. This is ridiculous. And there's no way I personally am going to be spending gems on a rare ticket. No way I'm spending it on a super rare ticket. And definitely not a super rare ticket. Now, super rare tickets are nice to have for free. They're actually useful to even late game players. But the issue with these is when you're like 300, 400k, something like that, these aren't useful anymore. They're seriously not. And the reason for that being is you already have stuff that, and usually you're going to get stuff around 20 to 25 costs and an SSR guarantee ticket. It's just an SSR guarantee ticket. It's not like an SSR 24 cost, 25 cost, 26 cost or higher. It's just a regular one. So by that time, you usually have stuff that's stronger than you would get in the SSR ticket. You could use it for the recycle metals though. But anyways, moving on from there, the monster and the gear itself. Alrighty, so let's talk about the monster that actually looks like a monster. Nice animation there, by the way. If this was bigger, this would definitely, in my perspective, be a super cute monster. I'm more of a fan of, like, I wouldn't say more of a fan, but I have a weird cute factor. And I don't find this monster cute unless it was, like, big, like, the water dragon big. If it was a bigger, like, as a dragon or a monster, I definitely find this thing cute. But I don't find it cute because it's too small. I know that sounds weird, but that's me. Anyways, going on from there. This monster is almost literally, like, it literally works around, like, the same thing that Cleopatra works around. Like, this monster almost has all of Cleopatra's moves copy and pasted on it. I know it sounds weird, I know it sounds kind of funny, but take a look, seriously, take a look. I'm gonna give you, guys and gals, one more look at this monster before I go to Cleopatra real quick. The ability power 180, damages 4 times, 100 success value, miasma, success value 70, prohibit unison, success value 50, increases use and gouge gains of all allies by 2. Okay, so I'm on my archer, so Cleopatra is available here, or I thought she was. Ha, got him. Anyways, as you can see right here, 180, 4 times, 100 success points, miasma 60 seconds, 70 success points, prohibit unison 60 seconds, 50 success points, and use the gouge gains. So yeah, you can see right there where the difference is between those two. It's pretty dang funny. Like, they almost literally recycled Cleopatra and just change up the animation and the art. That's pretty much what they did almost. The difference between these is this one, of course, is 36 cost. In the future, it's going to give a lot more gear score, but as for now, it's not going to, because it's not going to have potential count for at least some time being. And there's, like, some abilities in here. It reduces the HP recovery effects for all enemies by 40% for 60 seconds. Applies 10% life drain to all allies for 60 seconds. And applies poison to all allies for 120 seconds with success value of 100. Now, this applies poison. May look scary, but depending on how you use this monster, it's actually not that bad, to be fairly honest. And what I would recommend this monster for the most part, and maybe in the future, there might be some occasional, like super occasional missions you could actually use in player versus enemy that actually, like, you might need this monster. It's probably never going to happen, but I just want to warn you guys and gals, it might happen. I think there's a sliver of a chance for it to actually happen. But anyways, going on from there, I do not recommend this monster for player versus enemy, and I definitely don't recommend this monster for guild battles because of the poison effect. Now, the life drain definitely can, I wouldn't say nullify the poison effect, but make the poison effect not worrisome at all. Seriously, when you're like 400k or above, you're just going to start to notice whatever stats you need for damage is going to be higher than whatever stats you don't need for damage. Whether you're Lancer, Mage, Archer, Berserker, whatever class you are, your stats are already going to be a lot higher than the stats that you don't need for DPS. So you're just going to be doing damage, and that life drain is going to be kicking in hardcore. It's not even going to be worrisome, because you're going to be attacking like each and every other second. Poison activates like, what, every 5 seconds, I think? And it only does, like, to start off, like, one stack of it does, like, what, 10% of your health? But you're already getting 10% of your damage. And if you throw, like, let's say, if you throw a 100% barrier at yourself, tell me how much damage you're going to be doing. You're going to kill yourself in one shot, probably. Unless you're, like, a soldier or something. So, yeah, this life drain easily outmatches the poison, because you're going to be doing a lot of damage. It's like, the higher your gear score, the more likely life drain will outmatch your poison. If you're 400k or above at that point, it usually will outmatch the poison. The issue with the poison and the life drain is, as you can see, life drain only lasts for 60 seconds while the poison lasts for 120. So this is where I recommend to start off with, you use these in player versus player, and by player versus player, I'm specifically talking about the dual rooms and the Coliseum, is because each and every round it will restart, so that poison is not going to be like a Dermot at all. Yes, you can use clerics, and yes, clerics can get rid of this, no issue, but most likely, more than less of the time, clerics are not going to have like super, like, it depends on the situation. but usually they're not going to have like all types of status alignment removal moves. They will have arc heal nearly guaranteed, so you don't got to worry about that. But like said, like arc heal is going to take time to remove from everybody. And yes, again, the life drain does work out more than a poison, but it's going to be around for 60 seconds and all that. So it can definitely take its toll on at least some of your people. Well, not some of your people, but some of your teammates. And because it can do that, it can screw up the strategy, it could screw up the team and possibly kill somebody, and then your DPS is gone, and whatever you might be doing might be screwed thanks to that. So definitely, I would only recommend this in player versus player. But anyways, like, this is only recommended in player versus player anyways, because Miasma can only be used in player versus player. Prohibit Unison can only be used in player versus player. And the reduced recovery effects for all enemies, I think can be used in player versus enemy, but it definitely guaranteed can be used in player versus player. I'm not sure if it can be used in player versus enemy or not. So definitely, this monster is a player versus player monster, and even then, I would really only recommend using this in duel rooms in Coliseum, thanks to how it is laid out and its abilities. There is a couple things that may make it useful in guild battle, but overall, most of these abilities are definitely abilities that work pretty dang well around Coliseum and the duel rooms. So yeah, definitely use that monster for those. Monster is again literally almost like Cleopatra, so I wouldn't bum rush over it unless you really like the design, because again, first time, well, not first time in Unison League, but first time in a long time I've actually seen a monster that looks like a monster. As for this Tachyon stuff, it's completely random whether you're getting it or not, so if you really want like a fair deal on this stuff, look at it. It's got the seal ofs, and then the armor's got the reflection reduction. See, reflection reduction. Literally, if you move to the treasure spawn over here, same thing, seal ofs, and then the armor is going to have reflection reduction if I can ever get to it. So like, if you want like the stuff guaranteed, it's probably even cheaper in the treasure spawn. It really is probably even cheaper in the treasure spawn than it is in the box spawn. Remember, the box spawn, you're going to be using 1,800 total gems, and you may have to use like, out of that 1,800, you might have to use 700 gems before you even get the weapon you want. While in the treasure spawn, it's not that risky. It's not that risky, like, at all. It only takes 1,900, I believe, medals to get a weapon of your choice, and within that, you're getting like 500, well, not 500. Let me rephrase that real quick. Let me go down here. 700 in the jackpot, 400 and 200 in the sides, and then you're getting 50 to 200 per each spawn. So this is definitely a lot less risky and can be probably actually more than likely to be actually cheaper to actually attain these weapons and armors than the box spawn. Again, box spawn has more of a high risk, high reward. If you want to use the gems, if you want to quick shot this and see if you can get it in your first 10 tries, go ahead, but it's probably not going to happen for most of you. It can happen for some of you, but most of you it's not going to happen. I would stick with the treasure spawn if you're going for the gear, and go for the gear in here because it's literally a lot cheaper. Like, it's a lot cheaper, trust me. I literally just showed you it's a lot cheaper. So definitely stick to that if you're doing that. And with that being said, I hope this helped out, and I will see you in the next video. This is the AzureWrath. I'm out. Peace.